Hey man, I'm sorry. I hope I don't get disturbed this time because I just cut the video off. I just got pissed. I'm gonna try see if I can make it short as possible, but it might not be. It might last 30 minutes or more. Alright, good afternoon. All I could say is that like I was saying before, I got some serious things on my mind that I'm concerned about. The thing is, I'm gonna tell you something I saw on the website in 2011 on my laptop computer. Something I dug up from the past. I had to I don't know what you want to call it, reincarnate it, or I had to bring it back. I don't mind warning y'all and telling y'all this. It's kind of disgusting and very personal, but I'll try and censor it the best way I can, and I might have to get a little rough and scary in personal detail, but I'll try and tone it down to a certain level. I don't want your viewers and your audience to really gross out too much, so brace yourself. Neither do I want you to, I don't want you taking this for granted. I don't want you turning your back on this. You don't need to be thinking about this straight through the day. This is a wake-up call to what y'all probably did run into it before, but I'm going to try not to open any fresh wounds if hopefully it didn't happen to you. But I'm just saying, this is a huge continent and it's full of all kinds of shit. It's full of all kinds of nasty things. It's not to be taken for granted of, and it's not to be ignored. I'm about to show you something, or since I don't have the evidence, I don't have the physical evidence from the old laptop computer. I did not save the pictures and put it on this one. This was back in 2011. This was when no, wait a minute. Yeah, it was 2011, I think. I think it was 2009 probably. It can't be 2009. It must have been 2011. It can't be 2011. It must have been 2009. I don't remember. Somewhere about that. I was in Tamarack, Florida, and I think I was in the guest room. And this is what happened. I had dug up some of those disgusting pictures. I'm not talking about sexual ones. I'm talking about crime scene pictures. I'm going to tell you something about this. Domestic violence is past barbaric. It's past uncivilized. It is past very disgusting. It is personal. It's vicious. It is savage. It's plain violence, and it's more like a horror movie. I'm gonna try my best to see if I can describe what I saw on my laptop computer. It was crystal clear. It was crystal clear and fresh. This is a story about this girl named Stacy Wilson in the Bahamas. I'm pretty sure it already went so viral. I don't mind talking about it myself. I'm kind of use my hands as personal detail. On my laptop computer, I saw that this girl in the Bahamas was like 21 years old, or 22, 21 years old. I saw one of her colored pictures, one of her earlier pictures when she was much younger. She was like 18 years old. She was at a birthday party. Maybe I can find it. I don't know if, hold on a second. It's actually, hold on a second. Let me cut that out. It's that one right there, the one on the left. This one over here. And that's the boyfriend. That's the sick fucking psychopath that I cannot stand. The reason why I'm so nasty and disgusted about it is because I'm upset. I could tell by the look and the shape of his eyes, he's not in any mental condition to be around anybody. He's one of them trip out types. They just snap. You could tell by his eyes. You could tell by his eyes. You know, I wouldn't hesitate to even take him apart myself. But anyways, let me go ahead and tell you this. You might think it's no big deal, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you anyways. I saw the evidence itself. I saw it I didn't see it in person. It happened in a bus parking lot in the Bahamas, like at a bus station. It happened in a bus station in the Bahamas in 2006. What I saw was that that guy there on the right, he was stalking that girl, and this girl was trying to avoid him. This female was trying to avoid him, and it seemed like he kept harassing and molesting her. I don't mean I don't mean, like touching her nothing. I guess he was trying to prove his point by, I guess, trying to get her to like him or something like that. And he took it personal, and he carried a machete, a short machete or a long one, I don't remember. They said that he carried a machete in his pocket. That woman right there in the middle is a Jamaican lady. She said she saw it, but I'm not gonna get into I'm not gonna get into that. Let me just describe the pictures. All right, let me start up before I get to the picture scene. I'm gonna tell you what I saw on my laptop computer that was uncensored. They said that he came off the bus and he dragged her off the bus. He dragged her off another bus. He grabbed her by the hand. And when he swung, I guess he swung the machete and he went for her hand. That's when I saw the uncensored pictures on my, actually, before that happened, I had seen the pictures already. They didn't describe it in detail, but they just, the website just shows the body parts on the floor, in the parking lot. They also zeroed in, as in they zoomed in larger. They zoomed in. It's like they have a picture of each crime scene, like in a box, like on the screen of your laptop computer, and you use your mouse and then you click one picture and it's enlarged, right? It's like this guy, they said that he dragged her off the bus and he went for her hand and her hand came off. Then next, that lady said he started chopping at her body. But the thing is, they said that he went for her neck, and what else did I see? And they were censoring it when I was watching the video, but they said that he went for her neck and started chopping away at it, and then they mentioned, according to what I saw just a couple of minutes ago in red and white letters, they said that he raised up the head and started hacking at the thread of her skin, and then he pulled the head away. And then next, they said that he held the severed head up with two hands. I'm holding the cell phone. Pretend my hand is on the other side. He held the severed head with two hands and kissed the lips, and then toss it on the floor. I guess that's his way of saying goodbye to her. Since I can't have you, I still love you anyways. I was sick. That's him. And right here is the victim. The victim's uh, son's visitation. I guess that's either her son or her father. That one. That one is African American. I guess maybe he's Bahamian. But this is right here in the United States. But this up the top. This right here up the top happened in the Bahamas. Yes, that incident happened in 2006. All right, so much for the little gory detail. Let me go back to the part. Let me tell you how it all started. How did I discover that? I was surfing these crime scene pictures. I was just curious. I had to dabble a little bit. And it landed on that one. I got curious. It said, girl decapitated by boyfriend. All right. I said, let me go ahead and check it out. Next thing you know, I clicked picture number one. This was like, I'm guessing it was 2011. It could not be. It must have been 2009. It must have been 2009 when I first discovered it. I don't know. It seemed like 2011, but I don't know. So it's like I zeroed in close range. I could see both her eyelids partially closed. I don't know if I could draw it in a picture. Both her eyelids were like partially closed. No, they were cracked open. You could see the whites of her eyes. You could see some of the black of the iris, but you could see the whites of her eyes. And then you could see her tongue sticking up against her teeth, like the way she looks in the picture, sort of like that. But the thing is, her jaw was slightly cocked open and the tongue was up against her teeth, like, maybe she was sleeping or something. And to tell you the truth, I'm gonna just assure to you that I am not a friggin' liar. Just to prove the evidence that I'm not lying to you and I'm not making up any stories just to try and entertain your curiosity, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I saw. I saw blood and gore like Friday the 13th. Let me tell you something. Them pictures are nothing close. Let me see. Let me say it again. Those Friday the 13th special effects are today's horror movies that they make, the special effects that they throw into these movies like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is not close enough and real enough as that, to tell you the truth. That's how crystal clear and realistic it was on my laptop computer. It was not a stage act. It was not a prop set. It was not, these were still pictures that I saw. They were actual crime scene pictures uncensored. They have them. They let you see them. To tell you the truth, there's one right now in black and white. I'm not going to show it to you. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. The ones that I saw multiple different angles. I saw them in color. They were not black and white. They were in color. They weren't blurred either. They were not censored. I saw the cut marks on the girl's neck, like the epidermis or the dermis, the second layer of the skin that's white underneath. Right. I saw that and a pile of muscle underneath it with extra blood. I mean, gore blood. The blood was so thick and so dark red, it looked almost shiny, almost. And then when I zoomed in on, when I clicked the next picture, the headless body itself, and it's about right there, but that's far as distance. They zoomed in and zeroed in on the girl's neck. You could see a part of the spinal cord, and then you could see the surrounding pile of muscle with raw, thick, heavy blood saturated in it. And I mean, I saw the spinal cord. It was like light pink, slightly yellowish. It's mostly pink, was kind of like. It's not her esophagus. I know what a spinal cord would look like. It did have some kind of bone around it. And then to go along, they showed a faraway picture, like at a regular distance. You could see the entire body. All right, I saw the part where the cartilage in her hand or the straps of tendons was hanging, was kind of sticking out. I saw the severed hand and the entire body. And I also, yeah, the severed hand was like this, pretty much like that, like how you see mines. I saw that. And then to finally top it off, I saw the knees. When they were bent, the knees were bent like this, and the front part of her knee was severed off. He severed the knees. The leg was bent and the knee was severed. All right, I'm gonna show you the actual thing that I saw on my laptop, but this is not it. This is not the colored close-up picture, but this is the exact thing that I saw. All right, I'm gonna stop it right after this. There it is. What you're looking at, you see she has no head. Take a close look. You see that moisture? You see all that? Well, never mind the thread or whatever. You see that moisture right there? She has no head at all. You see the shoes? All right, maybe you can't see the knees from here because there's a lot of rope and cords around her. But I'm telling you the truth. The picture that I saw, that's the same exact thing, but the one that I saw on my laptop, the pictures were more larger in different angles, and it was in color. It was in full color. That headless body, that part that's at the shoulders, they zeroed in on that. I saw more than what you just saw. What you're looking at right now, I saw more than that. You could see this is uncensored, but in a way it is censored because they have to move it far back so you don't see personal details on it. They cannot afford to gross you out that much. You see, that's as far as I'll go. But I'll tell you what, if I were to cough up them pictures from that website that Rush Limbaugh mentioned on the AM station, if I could cough it up, maybe it's better off if I just kind of go partial with it. I'm not going to show it all the way. I don't know what people might think of me. I don't know if they want to profile me and hunt me down or whatever. But I'm going to tell you this. The picture looks kind of safe. It looks safe at a certain distance, huh? You can see there's a lot of black on her shoulders and the neck. You can see she has no head. Well, they're trying to protect your stomach, or they're trying to protect your senses, your eyes and everything. What I saw was worse than that. It's exactly just like that, but it's worse because on my end, from my angle, I had all access to it. The shoes that you saw is the same exact picture that I saw on my laptop, but it was not black and white. It was in various angles. And it was very dangerous and very disgusting to look at. I just described it to you the best way I know how because I got evidence that I saw it. Now they're not gonna show the girl's head laying on the floor with, like the top of her head this way and the neck, the stump of her neck or whatever. It's not actually a stump. It was like close to the jaw. That's where she got severed. That's where her head got decapitated. And to tell you the truth, these pictures right here, they're worse than the horror movies. They're worse. They don't make special effects on the horror shows like as good as real life. To tell you the truth, that's not just my opinion. I got better judgment. All right, the next one after this, I'd like to introduce you to. All right, this is a black girl in the Bahamas. The next one is a white girl from England. This one is Kara Burke. This one has Muhammad Santos. He is a Middle East Muslim. He's a Muslim, some Middle East guy. I'm not just random selecting this to have fun, I'm serious. I've seen him. I'll describe it ahead of time. Maybe I'll put this in the next video. This is about 20 minutes now. All right. If you think I'm lying, I'll go ahead and I'll shoot that picture of that Jamaican lady talking about how she got killed. Because on this day, 9/4/2023, I have already seen more than enough details on these crime scene pictures. Back in 2009, I guess, 9 or 11, I've seen it. I've seen a hell of a lot more than that. To tell you the truth, I was scarred and I was kind of traumatized by what I saw. My hands felt like, I don't know, they felt kind of numb. My stomach, I don't know, I could feel numbness going in my throat. I was having a natural reaction when I saw it. That was my first time. I seen the videos, the Al Qaeda videos and pictures that Rush Limbaugh had introduced us on the website, the name of the website. When, back in the days, like around 2004, when Al Qaeda used to, get away with their stuff on CNN, CNN would come out like almost twice a week, couple of times in 1 week, once a week or so. Every week you'll find a different hostage being captured. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I don't mean to wake up no wounds, but we live in a sick generation where people need to wake up and stop doing crazy things. It's like every week I get disappointed. I keep looking, what was it? News video after news video, CNN after CNN. All I ever saw back in 2004, day after day or week after week, was hostages wearing prison jumpsuits, like orange uniforms, original prison jumpsuits that they wear in the United States. They kept dressing them up, putting them in front of the camera. If George Bush didn't meet the demands, head comes off. Well, they don't uncensor it on CNN. But when you go on that private website that Rush Limbaugh will introduce you to, yes, you will see it. Sometimes you don't see it directly because they huddle up in a crowd and then that's when they hold the severed head up in front of the camera. But if the ones that make it, if George Bush meets the demands, guess what? They're going home on a reef. You know what I'm talking about? They actually put a Hawaiian reef around your neck and send you home with your luggage bags. They do things differently. It might seem like a peaceful end right there, but I'm telling you what I saw. I'll be seeing the hostages walk off the airplane and walking off of the ladder. They come off of the airplane at the airport. You see a Hawaiian reef around the neck. Actually, they could do that before you leave too, Maybe they don't care. Nah, it's like when you get caught and captured, they put you in a room, wall-to-wall carpet. Yes, you get baths, you will get fed. Until, they try to scare the president and all that. I've seen all of that already. But this is the same website in a different direction. It's got domestic violence right here. There's another one that's coming up that I'm gonna quite try and tell you about. It happened in South America, and this one is kind of, I guess you would say, Al Qaeda related. But anyways, this has nothing to do with it. This is like, a personal thing that didn't go right. This girl tried to dodge this guy and it didn't work. He just had to have it his way, drag her off the bus, because if he cannot have her, she might as well die. Anyways, let me just get to the last part and finalize this. I know I saw it somewhere. Hold on a second. You're under arrest. No, hold up. Let me back it up. Hi. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show the part where she mentioned it in personal detail. This way you don't think I'm making up any stories. We tried to help Stacy. What were they doing when she was screaming and running and being harassed by this? It was just madness at the bus stop. Everybody was in shock. Here it is. And here it is. It must be right here somewhere. Chopping her across the body with the machete. Here it is. Stacy fled and she went under the van. She tried to get some safety from Sean, but Sean pulled her and yanked her from under the van and severed her right hand at the wrist. He began chopping constantly and he aimed for her neck. There you go. And he she gonna decapitated Stacy. Mm-hmm. Oh, the part where I mentioned, where this psycho picked the girl's head up and kissed her on the lips and then threw it on the floor. Here it is. In broad daylight. Yes, it did happen in broad daylight because I just showed you the picture. But the thing is, I saw a lot more than that. I saw a lot more personal detail. In front, dozens of people. Witnesses who were there at the scene, they claim that Sean walked a few feet away from Stacy with her body part, you know what, in his hand. He's talking about her head. And he gave it a kiss. Right. Just like how I said it. Before throwing it on the ground. Right. The police arrived quickly at the scene and Sean, he was not bothered at all. Right. I know that sick attitude. Because before I saw this, when they were censoring up, they were trying to censor the video by putting people cutting up vegetables and, they started throwing some other nonsense things just to kind of censor it. But while they were censoring it, they showed red letters and white letters saying that, right after what she just said, saying that it seemed like he just kind of showboated himself, like he didn't care. He was just proud of what he did. And that's when he threw himself in front of the officials, the police, the military soldiers or whatever. And he just surrendered himself right there. I don't see how some sick fool can actually end their life like that. Nah, it's like, did drugs do anything to him? Probably. He was already a sicko anyways. He was already a madman, put it that way. He was a madman. So, to tell you the truth, I'm done just about right now. I don't want to upset myself anymore. And the next one, I don't mind telling you about. I did see that one uncensored. I'm gonna describe it to you early ahead of time because I'm gonna shoot this one in the next video. I don't know what to call this one, but I'm gonna put part one and part two. The next one, this English girl went to South America and matched up with this guy named Muhammad Santos. And all right, back in same year, same day when I saw this, right when I saw this, probably before or after, I saw a picture of this English girl sipping, what do you call it? Sipping a chocolate, one of them classic chocolate shakes at them classic restaurants from the 1950s, like the 50s parlor in South America. Both of them were kind of leaning up cheek to cheek, sipping a chocolate shake at this classic parlor. They looked like they were having fun. And it had a picture of the girl pushing this baby girl on a tricycle. And then after that, you see a picture. You see a shower stall with Muhammad Santos' slippers, his feet in the slippers. You see a part of his feet sticking out like that. and he has his cell phone just like I'm holding this one. He takes a picture of the girl's um what do you call it? Headless body with a severed head resting on the chest, sitting upright. While the water was running, her hair was wet. You could see the girl's eyes were partially closed, like she looked like she had a sad expression on her face, both her eyes. Her eyes were like partially hanging down, and her mouth slightly cocked open. And you could see where the blood is running from the neck. You could see that, he has a shower going and he's washing off. And then what else? She had her clothes on though. He just said he pulled the pants leg up over her knees, and her knees actually, her calves are gone. Both her legs are severed by the knife. Plus, the elbows are severed. Plus, I don't mind saying this. I'm going to go a little bit, but I'm going to try not to go too hard. Lucky for y'all, you're not seeing the pictures like I do. I don't want to show it to you anyway. I can't see it anyway because over the years, I think they already banned it. Like back in 2009, I had access to it. But since the years have been gone, I haven't been able to find it, so they banned it. But anyways, I saw some body fat sticking out underneath the skin where he severed the knees, right at the thigh. What do you call it? The femur or the thigh bone. The bone was sticking out. Well, the front part of the thigh was sticking out like that, and I saw the yellow body fat and the muscle underneath. That's my side of evidence. That's the best way I can describe it to you. So, anyways, I read the topic or the paragraph on the picture, and it says it seemed like she must have squealed on him because she had a problem with him doing drugs. So even though when he hacked her up and put her in the shower stall, he went out to party and then came back. So they did show pictures of him being captured. Like picture number 1 would show the FBI agents with a bulletproof vest, with t-shirts. They were escorting him underneath the fence, like they were pulling the fence up, the barbed wire fence. They were pulling the barbed wire fence for him to slide out on it while he was cuffed. And then the next picture shows, I can't remember, but anyways, I did see a action video. I did see a news video of him being captured, and he had a slimy, cocky, ugly expression. He kept waving his head sideways with a sick look on his face. Anyways, man, let me move on to the next one. I don't mind telling you this, but if I got something on my mind, I'm not going to just go ahead and say it all the time, but you got to look out for this. This is kind of pitiful and scary, to tell you the truth. It bothered me so much. This ain't my first time seeing this. I actually discovered this in 2000, somewhere between 2009 and 11. I'm guessing it must have been 2009, pretty much. So that's not the only thing I've seen. We have had problems in the United States on CNN. CNN constantly, I told you the evidence. They used to put people in front of the camera. They used to put people on CNN, and Al Qaeda keeps getting away with doing what they're doing. Anyways, I'll move on to the next one.